Right, this bush. This is play of the game. Okay, guys, now is a good time to start asking questions while I wrap up. And yeah, we will keep going with that. Good damage. I just, like, Jesus. The Earth Shatter's not even needed here. It's just excessive. Just excessive. That's Reaper ult. Good Reaper ult. Look at that star. I'm trying to get a good like screen to pause on. That's a happy Reaper. That's a very happy Reaper. Okay. Okay. I bought a bigger mouse pad and dropped my cents from 3,500 DPI 20 cents to 800 DPI 5 cents. Also, you miss voice comms at 1620. Lucio swap was your idea. Learn your combos. Reaper pairs incredibly well with Lucio because you need him to. He overcomes your big weakness. You know, your big weakness is you have to be close to deal damage. You have to be close to deal damage. That's Reaper ult. It's nothing. That was a Ryan charge. It's nothing. It hit an invisible man, unless you meant a different charge. It was still loading in, so you didn't see the Reinhardt. Yeah, like this is crazy to me. This is crazy pants. 805 is quite low, but if you can make it work, honestly, that is really, really good. That will really, really help you. You will have trouble against Tracers and Genjis, I imagine, but you will murder Mei, Reinhardt, Roadhog, D.Va, Zarya, because just keeping up with them is so much easier. And the vertical movement will be so much easier. I just went on a 10-game loss streak and am now at high gold from high plat. Do you have any tips to stop the loss streak? Stop. Take a break if you haven't already. Jesus. Relax. Think about the games. Think about and really take your time and think about them. Don't just say, "Oh, we had salty teammates every single game," and like that was the problem. Maybe there was a way you could have taken initiative and started to stop the bleeding. Maybe there were a couple of ultimates that didn't go to plan. Think long and hard about like were your hero choices optimal. Were you playing to your maximum ability? Did you play your heart out through the entire game as well? Like some people just give up towards the end of a game. Well, if you're going to give up towards the end of the game, you might as well fucking leave. Like, play to the end of the game. Always play to the end of the game. And yeah. Other than that, it's just like stop, take a break. Maybe change up your heroes if you haven't played like a different hero. Good time to do it. Because if you are just losing, this kind of happened to Ryan, and I'm like using Ryan as my test subject for that because we just started losing a shit ton, and he started to get into his own head a lot in my mind. He started to just like really overthink every move he had and have a ton of doubt in everything he was doing, and it was just a case of stop, like play Zarya, please play Zarya, because it will get your mind off the problems with the Reinhardt, and it will get your mind off the problems that we're facing, and you will have probably more fun as well, just doing something different rather than just playing the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over and losing, which is just killing morale. And it's not like, you know, it's not like, oh, you're a shit Reinhardt. It's just like, you are causing yourself more issues by sticking to it and trying to, you know, to use Ryan's own idiom against him, trying to force a fart and shit in the bed. And it feels bad. What flavor of Edge is Reaper ice cream? You'd be like a very dark, bitter chocolate, wouldn't you? You'd be like a dark chocolate ice cream, I think. Or something with a swirl, because Death Blossom's like a big spiral. That's how I'd do it. Yeah, like a dark chocolate, like a very rich, dark chocolate. When Reaper kills heroes dead, he could pick up souls for health. On what occasion should you instead let your healers heal for ultimate wealth? Fun fact, Reaper, when he self-heals, gains ultimate charge. Your ult is really fucking good. Pick up the health globes, and you often can't control it, and well, like, go and pick up your own health globes. They build up your ultimate, and they are really, really good for it. At least I think they do. They used to. They are really good for that. So yeah, you should definitely be just using that for momentum. Also, healer can then just focus on healing other shit, so especially if you're in a fight and you're killing things, you're probably in a fight, so yeah. Like, never really overthink it in terms of like, oh, I can give my healer this health, unless you're like a Roadhog and you are 3 miles back and there's no fight happening. And even then, when Roadhog huffs his own paint can, he gains a shitload of ult charge. So it's like, healers will sort themselves out. Don't overthink it. Don't overcomplicate it. Just take the fucking globes, because you need them to sustain in fights when you're close range. And it means that anytime you trade, you are getting health back and you are winning the trades. Honestly, is there a point playing Reaper if you can play Roadhog in this meta? Probably not is the really frank answer, and really, really unfortunate answer. Reaper is like I said, like Roadhog brings a lot of what Reaper brings. Really good against Reinhardt barriers, really good close range damage, good sustained DPS. It's just Reaper's ultimate is a bit better, but Roadhog's ult is still very, 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 very functional and still very strong. He's also available to kill stuff from the mid-range, and every time Roadhog gets a pick, it's just like a huge win. Like we saw earlier at the start of this vid, when we were fighting like around these areas. Like Roadhog would be effective here. Roadhog could hook this Bastion. Roadhog could go for a hook here. Roadhog could still deal damage here. Roadhog can right-click and deal damage here. Like, he is still effective at this range where Reaper is not. And while Reaper is more effective at close range and does deal more damage because he has the 8 shots rather than the 4, it's still not good enough. Does that mean that Reaper needs a buff? I don't know. Reaper is tricky because Reaper does one thing and one thing extremely well, which is close range damage. If you can't get the close range damage in, it's pointless. And I think Roadhog just outclasses him in doing that, because you still get the close range damage and you still get the pressure and the zoning, but you don't have the weaknesses quite as much. Maybe Reaper needs something. Maybe Reaper just needs like a movement speed thing. Maybe Shadow Step needs to be sneakier. I don't know. I don't know what the fix is. Reaper's ultimate, I would say, is better. Death Blossom definitely swings games a lot heavier than Whole Hog does, but Whole Hog is very functional in terms of like you could just strip a Reinhardt barrier, no problem. Whole Hog is very good if you have, you know, if you catch people in a small room, which is exactly the same as it is with Death Blossom. I say that Whole Hog is a lot easier to stop just because Roadhog's bigger, but do you recommend Bloom to be on with Reaper or not? I probably wouldn't. Honestly, I would probably just use a normal crosshair. I think, are we using Dot here? Yeah, we're just using Dot. Using the default might be okay, because like the Bloom, what's the Bloom changing? There's no increased spread per shot. Just having a normal circle. Like the circle could be fine. I already want it to be green, but whatever. Like it's just a circle will be a-okay. You just need to know where the center of the screen is. It doesn't matter too much, I think, in terms of crosshairs for Reaper. Oops. Come on, there we go. We'll leave that yellow line. We'll also have a circle on the screen. There we go. Just to really tilt people. How would you get around long-range heroes, notably Soldier? Either tuck into your Reinhardt and just fuck over their tanks. Like, that's what you should be doing. You should not be, as Reaper, trying to engage long-range heroes. That's how you get around it. You don't engage them. And if they are staying 3 miles back and just holding a high ground and you can't get to them, swap hero. Because you cannot deal with that. If you can't get near them, you cannot play Reaper. Like, Reaper has no long-range option. You either have to find a way around and flank, and in which case, honestly, I think Genji will do that better. You can get in and out a lot easier. Your damage is a lot more reliable in terms of you being able to just dodge and evade better, rather than as Reaper, like we saw it not too long after this point, where we try and go for a flank, and then this sort of shit happens. Let's clear this. Where we get in, and this shot is way too early, first and foremost, but even if we got in there, there's a very real danger of them just turning around and fucking gunning us down. Like, there's a very real danger of just this happening anyway. While Genji can, like, bounce in, deal some damage, bounce around a bit, and then dash out or deflect his way out. It's a lot safer for him to do that kind of thing. So, flanking as Reaper, I've really been turned off it, like, since the beta. Just doesn't work as well as you think. He's very good, tucked up with tanks, in very brawly fights, in very close-range brawly fights, where he can occasionally get picks, and once people start dying, Reaper starts self-healing, and he just starts snowballing crazily out of control. Otherwise, don't do it. Like, flanking Reapers are, yeah. Flanking Reapers can be very irritating when they're on your team. They can be irritating on the enemy team also. Actually, Kapol, did I miss your question? I apologize. You got the same color as Etra, and I thought it was just the same thing. Anyway, let's answer this question now. Like, when do you flank and when do you stay as a team as Reaper? Most of the time, stay as a team as Reaper. Like, flanking Reaper is just not as strong as flanking Genji or flanking Tracer. You'd rather play Tracer and Genji, and it's the same thing as like when I was shouting at Artie for playing Sombra like I was playing Soldier. If you're playing Reaper like you should be playing Genji or Tracer, why not just play Genji or Tracer? It's that kind of thing of like, we can optimize our picks, we can swap heroes in Overwatch, so we should be swapping heroes. If we're trying to do a Genji Tracer thing, let's do a Genji Tracer thing. Yeah. So in general, we'll just stay with the team, shred tanks, kill tanks, get in big scrappy fights, and then you will just sustain and keep healing and keep going. What's the best use for Reaper's teleport? It seems like it's meant for flanking, but seems really bad for that since the voice line, pillar of smoke, is screaming, hey guys, I'm coming in. It's mostly used it for just repositioning quickly, getting around the map. There's also actually a really good way of using it for flank, involving line of sight. I can kind of show you an example when the payload starts getting around the corner. So if we turn around. So for example, you can do sneaky things, like if you just teleport to the back over here, they won't see the pillar of smoke, and you can just cross streets like that. So instead of doing the fucking green cross code shit, you can just teleport across, and you can be perfectly safe. There's a couple of really good ones. I'm trying to think of the specifics. Like, I think in Eichenwald, for example, you can actually teleport at an angle where you can actually teleport through relatively safely. I think there's good ones for Dorado as well, where you can just teleport across to somewhere. Like if you go onto the high ground on top of the bridge, and you can just teleport straight across and go towards where that large health pack is. So let's very crudely, quickly draw Dorado. So Dorado, you have like the bridge. This is the payload path. So the payload goes up and it goes under the bridge here. And then like the fountains over here. And you got this little overhang, like area over here. And then like there's a wall here, and you can teleport like across this way, and there's a large health pack over this way. So you can actually teleport across that. If you just go far enough, people might not spot you. It's risky to do that though. You'd be better just like forcing through the choke, to be honest. Well, there are kind of cute things you can do with it. It's also very good for stuff like first point, second point Dorado. You can just teleport up to like the lip of the balcony. And if you teleport on top of the courthouse, you can just sort of stay up there and you can start poking at their tanks. It's good for that kind of repositioning. It's not really good for cute flanking and that kind of stuff. Or just, you know, taking top of the shuttle is very good for it as well. It just gets you to high ground quickly, basically. 805 cents where I could tell 180 still do wrist aiming. Yeah. No, good. Like, if you're comfortable with that, that's actually a really good sensitivity and will really help you. It's not that low. It isn't. It's lower than what I use. Like, that's the metric I'm working off. And it seems okay. It's just, like, I'm just thinking, like, how much is it to go 180? I'm an emotional mess, that's correct. Damn straight you are, Ryan. I'm just catching up on this point. Reaper and Rhino are very much like this. You have to have a plan of execution. I totally agree on that. Like, when you engage this Reaper, you have to kind of know, what is my job here in this fight? Your job is shitting out tons and tons and tons of damage at anything near you, build up your ult, press Q, get player of the game, you win. Or don't get player of the game in this fucking case, even though this Reaper just got the goddess of god tier fucking Death Blossoms, kills everything, no problem. Somehow doesn't get player of the game. And like, yeah, it's very, very strange. I'm too far back, aren't I? I still can't believe this fucking player of the game. This guy, oh, whatever. It's loading now. But yeah, you've got to have a plan. You've got to have some idea of, like, I need to be focusing this. I need to be putting damage on this. I need to be shelling out hurt here. That's your plan. That's what you're going to be doing. Burn down tanks, explode Zaryas, punish the fuck out of Zaryas, because you can. You're very good at it. And you can really, really kill the shit out of Zaryas. So if Zaryas, like, really running into people, just fucking blow her face off and just say, team, like, Zarya's running at us, I'm going to kill her. Just don't respect her, just kill her. And just shell damage into her, and she'll get a shit ton of charge, and then she'll die, because she has 400 hit points, and you're just landing meat shot after meat shot after meat shot. You just need like 3 shots and she's going to die. If anyone else helps, she just explodes. So you can really punish stuff like that. You can punish Reinhardt's getting in your face. It's very hard for them to do anything. You can punish Roadhogs if you're behind a Reinhardt barrier. If you can get onto the Roadhog and he's got no hook, you can just annihilate him. Like, that's what you got to be trying to do and looking for. Be a little bit, if they have, like, let's actually look at this. So I'm going to move chat aside a little bit. So with the supports they have, you actually have a bit of a tricky decision. Zenyatta, you could absolutely focus. Zenyatta's A++. Lucio's a bit finicky. Lucio will actually take a couple of shots to bring down. Mercy and Anna are the same. They are actually a little bit tricky to kill because of their hitboxes. You've got to really get a good meat shot, and then they will go down. But if you have a big target, as long as it's not being healed, you could probably burn it down faster, so kill that instead. I'd definitely say you could just put the crosshair in the middle of Zen and just, and he will die. Do you think Reaper's E needs a rework? Something you compete with for Roadhog for that 10+ spot? I'm the wrong person to ask. I only know the current state of the game, and I'd say Shadow Step doesn't do much for him. It gets him to high ground, though. That's super important. So it's like you need that E for the high ground movement. I think he needs something maybe to work at medium range, and then maybe he can work better. I don't know. Reaper is Amarina cherry flavor, a swirl of black and white with red accents. Ooh. That actually sounds really nice as well. When should you play Reaper? Roadhog just seems better at his job. When you really want play of the game, is a good idea. You can honestly like run him into a tank meta. If they're playing Winston as well, Reaper's actually really good still, because you're not as reliant as landing the hook, and you have enough shots where you can safely blow down the barrier, blow away Winston, and you have no fucking problems. So if they're running like Winston, it's actually very good. If they're running heavy dive, I'd actually say Reaper is a perfectly fine pick, because Reaper makes life hard for Tracer and Genji, because there's always the danger. It's a bit like Roadhog in the same sense, where if you're diving in as Tracer, Reaper just turns around, he can just one-shot you at times. It will happen to you when you're playing Reaper. So if they're running like a really heavy Winston dive comp, you can run Reaper. I don't think people will thank you for it though. I think Roadhog is just universally considered better, and it sucks. But this is like this is probably one of the very few cases in Overwatch, now that Mercy is sort of creeping back in, where one hero basically is just doing the same thing as another hero and completely overshadowing it. There's elements of it between Soldier and McCree, but there's a heavy element of it between the two shotgun heroes, and Roadhog is just better. Yeah. Is there a situation where you would target a nanoed enemy over other nearby enemies? If it's a really big target, you can land the damage on it reliably. If it's a big slow target and they're going down and they've got a normal discord, then sure, kill the nano target. Like if the team is, if it's like a nano Roadhog and all the team is just burning him, then burn him by all means. He's a big easy target, you can land all your shots on him. But if you are in the situation like we were in over here, like we had a big missed opportunity. Was it on the attack? Yeah, it was on the attack, wasn't it? Where we just, it feels like we just get a little bit flustered. And we kind of panic. And it doesn't help, like the Reinhardt really didn't help. By like scattering them. Like we had a perfect opportunity with the targets as they are. If Reinhardt connected his charge onto the Reaper, then you are justified in killing the Reaper. Like if charge connects, then you are justified just trying to put your shotgun on him and just, and you will kill him. And then you could try and follow and push in on the Mercy. But in this case, like you should be thinking, oh shit, this is a good opportunity. One meat shot onto this lovely lady here, and I press Q and I do Beyblade. Like that's all it would take. Or just like after this charge, like again, this feels like just us not knowing our hero and not knowing our limits. Notice how little damage we take from the charge. Like we take 150, I think. Yep, 150 damage. Go down to 100, we're still getting healed up. No reason not to just shoot this guy and then press Q. Rather than Wraith forming, we could be pressing Q right now, and we could be killing a whole bunch of people. He might still get the Outshatter off, might not. But it's knowing your limits a little bit better. And then we have this, woo, lovely explosive finish. Let's see. We're having a big discussion. Should every character drop souls? It's gameplay. Don't question it. Every character should drop souls for game balance purposes, basically. I do like the fact, I admire the fact that you have included Mei in that list, however. I think that is quite correct. Now I won't be able to think of Reaper without thinking of those headshots. These headshots were my fucking childhood. Is this the one that I'm thinking of? Yeah, King of the Road. King of the Road, baby. This was my fucking childhood, guys. Let's just get flagged on YouTube. Like a fool! There's 4! That fucking car! This could have been him. This was my fucking childhood, guys. Oh. But this is the fucking UK, guys. We have like really scary adverts and stuff. And wait for it. There we go. There's the kick. Stop, look, listen, live. Anytime we're flanking, same fucking logic applies, guys. Same fucking logic. Reaper TP on Volskar attack. Sort of irritating. Again, I think Genji and Tracer do it better. Like, they can do things from medium range that Reaper can't. And Reaper, honestly, you're better just brute forcing in and just using that damage. Like, if you're flanking as Reaper, you are not putting that damage to work usually. You can just put it to work, just shove it into Reinhardt, and Reinhardt's just gonna be going, oh, no, what is this? What can I do? Oh, no, my barrier is gone. Ah, I am dead. Like, that's Reinhardt. So, just shove up the middle. Shove up the middle. Best thing to do in a 1 vs 1 with D.Va. Shoot, stop, shoot, stop, shoot, stop. If she drops her barrier for a second, just blast her fucking face off, and you will win. Any drills for aim? Currently I'm doing Soldier 76 hard bots at 150 speed.
Makes me feel more alive.
Don't think
Than
so.
one amongst the many. Keep up the good work.
Thank you, TechNav Viking. It's appreciated. Let's say that can kind of work. I don't know for drills for Reaper, like, and I'm not sure that speed helps because you want to learn this, like the rate that you are tracking the enemy. You want that to be smooth and consistent, basically. So that's why I'm not happy with like the high speed drills. I don't think they help that much because you want to be used to tracking the movement that enemies actually have. Just taking them into quick play and just playing quick play as Reaper should be fine. And yeah, bro, I want to play Reaper now. Reaper's a fun hero. Like when you get the big dick ults, it's just amazing. But that doesn't always happen. Are there any good tournaments, Honor, coming up? There's the Gosu Gamers hosted monthly melee happening soon, I think, maybe. Overwatch League is Q3, I think, so there's still a while away. Apex is finishing up. Not sure. It's hard to say. Just follow a lot of Twitters. Follow a lot of caster Twitters as well. ZP Hexagram, so at Tempo ZP, at Hexagrams, at Ubershouts, I think is Mitch, at J Kaplan, which is Jason Kaplan. Send them a tweet telling them that I sent you, and yeah. So yeah, King of the Road, there we go. King of the Road, Hog. See? Someone needs to redo this with Hog now? Oh, damn straight. Okay. I don't think Reaper will fail with Orisa. Reaper will kill the shit out of Orisa. You just run through the barrier and just shoot her in the face and she dies. Okay, that I think will cover about all of it. So stop, look, listen, live. King of the Road, guys. Thank you for watching to the end. I'm glad that you sent some stuff in. Fantastic Orc. Junkrat. We did Junkrat relatively soon ago. We might be doing more soon, though. Reaper TP on Voskara attack. I covered that. Again, Genji tried to do it better. Just run at the middle. Honestly, I think the thing will help Reaper come back is make EO full stealth and he won't make someone teleport. That could work. But again, I think Reaper's strength is just running in the middle and just killing tanks. And you don't need to come from the back to kill tanks. You're just making yourself vulnerable to do that. So it's kind of counterintuitive. You've got to, like, flank. You've got to just run out the middle. Okay, so yeah, coaching. Thank you, Infra. So to get your footage sent in and you want it on coaching many, then do send it into oemreviews@gmail.com. Put in the title the hero name, the rank that the game was at, and if you're a Twitch subscriber or not. Just Twitch subscribers have a little bit of extra priority in getting picked. Just because, you know, if I'm deciding between two things, I'm going to pick the Twitch sub just to give thanks to them for supporting me and putting food on my table and all that stuff. Not that I don't love everyone who watches, but, you know, they're actually paying a considerable amount of money in the $5 a month, so it's hugely appreciated. There will be a dress stream soon. Yeah, this shit is happening. Like, Twitch chat went fucking nuts. I mean, I got held ransom to do this, so it might be next week. It might not be next week. It depends what I can actually get the dress. And yeah, is there anything else to cover? Thank you to Arcathor for sending in the footage. Thank you for sticking around, and hopefully something was useful in this. Hopefully something was learned. Good luck with your Reaper endeavors. Please upload ASAP. I will. And this should be up. It won't be up tomorrow. It might be up the day after. That's usually how long it takes. I set up the goal. I did, but people started donating towards the goal, and it's just like, fuck. Fine, I'll set an unreasonable amount of money, and then you donate an unreasonable amount of money. There's not much I can do there. God damn it. I mean, I'm not that fussed because it's still like £1,000. This thing here is probably gonna be tucked away. I'm gonna squirrel it away and say, this is a flight to BlizzCon. And yeah, I'm going to probably go to BlizzCon with this donation money, which is quite nice, and it just keeps things ticking over. It's great. Very, very, very thankful for that. I said something, I'm on console, will that put me back? It does make it trickier. Like, I'm not as confident on console footage. Like, last time I think I did console footage, I might have said a couple of things that, you know, about the meta that weren't quite right, and it's just like, things are different on console. It's hard for me to do. If I have PC footage and, like, console footage, then I'll usually go for the PC footage, but if it's a hero that I haven't covered, we'll see. And I might occasionally do console for the novelty. Like, I like seeing console footage, it's just a bit different. Anyway, thanks for watching to the end, guys. Do come check it out on Twitch, 10 PM GMT, Friday, Saturday. Toodles.